We are back. Year 3 with the ACE kicks off the 2025 movie season with Captain America Brave New World, the 4th installment to the Captain America franchise that hits theaters this weekend. You guys know I saw it. I'm excited to talk about it. Let's get into it.
You want me? Come and get me!
What is going on, everybody? It is yours truly, the Ace, here with my review to Captain America Brave New World. You guys know what time it is. Hit that comment section and let me know what you thought about this movie, the first superhero film of the 2025 season. We are pushing aside that travesty that was the 2024 movie season. Thanks a lot, Sony. But let's see if the MCU can get things back on track. So without further ado, let's get into it. Going into this movie, I was cautiously optimistic. On the one hand, I love Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson. His transition from Falcon to Captain America, like we saw in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, finally taking over the reins, picking up the shield on the big screen. Couldn't wait for that. Along with Harrison Ford taking over as Thaddeus Ross, rest in peace to William Hurt, we're getting to see the Red Hulk. All that stuff got me really excited to see this movie. But on the other hand, I fully understand the pressures that come behind this movie. The first 3 Captain America movies. First Avenger, very underrated in my opinion. Captain America Winter Soldier, one of the best MCU films. I actually have that in my top 5, along with Captain America Civil War. Those are 3 great movies. Would this one be able to hold a candle to those? Along with the real life political stuff that we're kind of going through in the real world, would people really want to see a politically driven movie? Along with the countless reshoots and rewrites due to negative test screenings and this movie being pushed back, I fully understand. Like I said, this movie had a shit ton of pressure on it. But I'm going to tell you this. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I think it's a solid entry to the MCU. Is it anything that's super groundbreaking? No. It's not trying to reinvent the superhero genre. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel. And I think it does a good job at just being a middle of the pack MCU film, which is okay. Not every MCU film, to me, needs to set the bar higher. Coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine, this was the first MCU movie. I wasn't expecting this to exceed that. I just wanted to go into this movie, be thoroughly entertained, and I think I was. What I enjoyed the most about this film, the standout performances by the entire cast. Leading the way is Anthony Mackie as Captain America. In this movie, he absolutely solidifies himself as Cap. He does a great job in the action sequences. The way he's able to wield the shield, certain scenes pays homage to Chris Evans, but at the same time too, it's very different and it's his own style, along with how he's able to combo that with the suit that he has. Does a great job on top of still trying to differentiate himself from the Steve Rogers character in the form of taking the super soldier serum. That's definitely a tongue twister right there. But I like how he still has that internal struggle, like, should I take the serum like Bucky and Steve? It would definitely be easier because he was getting his ass kicked throughout the course of his films. But I like to see that. I like to see the resilience of the character. Captain America is a character that takes a licking and keeps on ticking, and Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson was definitely taking a beating throughout the course of this film. Does Captain America need to be a super soldier? Something that he struggles with. And there's a line in this movie that definitely resonates with me. I'm paraphrasing it, by the way, because I don't want to give any spoilers. But somebody was telling him, Steve Rogers gave people something to hope for. You give people something to aspire to. And I thought that weighed heavily on his character and his character development.
You're not Steve Rogers.
You're right. I'm not.
I also like what they did in this movie with Thaddeus Ross. Harrison Ford takes over from William Hurt. And because Harrison Ford has more range, I think he was able to add more depth and more heart to the character that we haven't seen before. William Hurt did a great job. His Ross was more of a hard-ass, general. This one, because of Harrison Ford, he was able to flesh out the character more, add more depth, add more heart, and it just added to such a great arc. Carl Lumbly was great in this film as Isaiah Bradley, a controversial character to a controversial film. The way he's able to be, you can feel the pain from his character, and you can see it in his eyes, and the way he's able to bring it forth to the forefront elevates every single scene that he's in.
Whatever this is, Cap, be careful.
And you can feel his presence throughout the course of this film. a good arc that they've given this character. Love the chemistry that he's had with Sam and Joaquin. I'll talk about him in a second as well. But Carl Lumbly just does a phenomenal job, knocks it out of the park. Would love to see him in the MCU more. He was definitely one of the best parts about this film. Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, definitely brings the quippiness, the humor to the role in a more serious MCU film. But every time he's on screen, I cracked up. I thought he was a good addition to the film.
Tell me I don't make your old gear look brand new.
Who's saying that?
Everybody.
The chemistry with him, Sam, and Isaiah Bradley in the first third of this film carried the movie, in my opinion. I would love to see more of them three going forward. But Danny Ramirez did a great job as, like I said, the new Falcon. He definitely felt like he fit right into the role after what we saw from him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. The dynamic that he has with Sam is very reminiscent on the dynamic that Sam had with Steve, and it just feels very natural and organic, and he's such a great addition to this franchise and to Captain America. A character that kind of came out of nowhere for me was Shira Hoss. Initially, I didn't like her character. I thought she was a bit of a bitch. But her character, you know, no joke intended, grew on me. And that's not a dig at her for how distractingly short she was every time she was on screen and how noticeable it was. But it was a character that, as the movie went on, got better and better, and I would love to see her more. All right, let's talk about the action. Phenomenal. Particularly the aerial action sequences were top notch. We've seen them done throughout the course of the MCU, like Iron Man 1 with the dogfight scene, the intro to Falcon and Winter Soldier, but this takes them to the next level. Seeing Sam and Joaquin, Captain America, and the Falcon soar side by side with great visuals was truly breathtaking. Let's go! I love how creative the hand-to-hand combat scenes were, with the combination of the shield and the Wakanda augmented suit that compensated for the fact that he doesn't have the super soldier serum, and it made it feel more real. To the people out there that were like, it's the Red Hulk, he can't go hand-to-hand with the Red Hulk. Yeah, he can't. But with this suit, it definitely closed the gap, and they did a good job at showing how. Anytime the suit would take a hit with the Wakanda technology, it would absorb it. Also, he was very creative in other ways, how he used the suit, not just with fighting Red Hulk. So for those that were like, he can't do it, he did it. That's what they did. Get over it. Now, the Red Hulk fight sequence was dope as shit. I don't see how anybody can hold you on that. If they are, they're hating. It was so good to see them go toe-to-toe. Like I said, how the suit was able to help Sam close the gap for him to be able to make it at least a formidable fight. Red Hulk was obviously one of the main advertisements. He's not in it a lot, but they chose to go quality over quantity, and I'm okay with that. The thing I'm on the fence about with this film, Giancarlo Esposito. Let me clarify. I love Giancarlo Esposito. He was great in The Boys, The Mandalorian, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. Phenomenal actor. He does a great job as the villain type role, the antagonist type role. But they completely underutilized him in this movie. A late addition to the films via reshoots, but his role was completely underutilized. You can tell off the bat which scenes were reshot in front of, like, in green screen with him and Sam, and they just looked horrible. I think that they squandered an opportunity to give a phenomenal actor a bigger role throughout this. Will they bring him back? I don't know, but they dropped the ball with this in this film. Now, even though I enjoyed this movie, I'm gonna be honest, this movie's a victim of reshoots. You can feel it throughout the course of this. The pacing, the plot, you can tell that the plot was patched together in post. And it feels that way. This movie, like I said, tremendous victim of reshoots. It got pushed back due to negative test screenings, and it shows. I really do wish that Marvel would get it together. Like, just get it right. Like, with this movie, it gives us the best of what the MCU was and the worst of what MCU was. At times, it feels like we have the direction of phases 1 through 3. You can see it in this movie, but then it has the cracks in the armor of phases 4 and 5 with not getting it right in post and too many reshoots, too many hands in the pot. The plot was okay overall. It feels like this movie at times feels like a sequel to the 2008's Hulk rather than a Captain America 4. Now, I understand a lot of that stuff was plot points and it drives the film. I'm okay with that, and they're trying to tie up certain loose ends, you know, that we haven't seen in years. I'm okay with that. but it shouldn't be a main driving force of the movie and completely take it over, which at times is what it feels like. Like, I'm okay with it, but I do know that it is the main complaint that a lot of people are complaining with, and obviously, you're gonna have to go back and watch the 2008's Incredible Hulk if you haven't seen it to really understand the direction that this movie's trying to go in. Also at times it doesn't really feel like it should have been more Cap. Like, they gave General Ross a great arc, but it should have been strictly more Cap, less Incredible Hulk, maybe less Ross, and then I think it would have been a great movie. Like I said, still a good movie. I enjoyed it overall, but it does have a lot of flaws that you can see and you can feel throughout the course of this. And I just wish that Marvel would fix this stuff already, but it doesn't completely destroy the movie for me. Before I give you my overall thoughts, special shout outs to each and every member of the Ace Avenue. You want to become a member? Join down below. I appreciate you guys. We are wrapping up our second full year. The 2-year anniversary is next month. We are in year 3 of the channel, 2025. And the new goal for the channel on the movie side is to review at least 25 new movies. So from now on, you will see this somewhere on screen so you guys can help me keep track of the progress. Appreciate you guys, and let's get it. But overall, I think it's a solid addition to the MCU. Is it the best? Far from it. Is it the worst? Also far from it. It's a more grounded, middle-of-the-pack story that I think people will enjoy in the theaters. Not everything to me needs to be end of the world, multiverse. Sometimes I enjoy stories like this. Like I said, Anthony Mackie and the cast knocked it out of the park. It's a very flawed movie, but I still enjoyed it. Will it hold up? And only time will tell. But overall, I'm going to give it a solid 6 out of 10. I know a lot of people are very hard on this movie, but to me, 6 is about above average. 5 is about average to me. So, I'm going to give it a solid 6. I enjoyed it. It was a good time in the theater. I definitely recommend you guys go see it as well. The aerial action sequences alone make it worth seeing in the theater. So go ahead and go out and support it. The first MCU movie of the year. 1 down, 24 to go. I'm excited, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe for your sports, movies, and more. As always, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I am yours truly, the Ace. Adios.